You know when you open a Swiss Army knife and it looks incredible? Some of them have up to 15 tools, a combination of blades, bottle openers, can openers, and so on. It's a tool designed with so much functionality, but as time goes on, you start to think about what you'd actually use any of these tools for. Like, what really is the point in scissors smaller than your finger? Some of them have a toothpick. Is that really necessary? That's what I see in the Tampa Bay offense right now. So many options, so many possibilities, and yet it's almost to the point where you're thinking, is there too much going on? They play a roster with 9 potential receivers to the point that when it works, it's brilliant, and it has to be an absolute nightmare for defensive coordinators to plan for. But when it doesn't, it just looks like confusion. The AB interception against the Saints is a prime example. AB runs a curl, Brady thinks he's running a go, and overthrows it. It gets picked off. Time will be the deciding factor with this team, and I believe they'll get it right eventually, purely based off how good their individual personnel are. With Bruce Arians' offensive scheme, it's often been said that it can take up to a year for a quarterback to get accustomed. Although with a guy like Tom Brady, he and the rest of the Buccaneers fan base are probably expecting it will take him a lot less. One aspect where they've been solidly improving almost game on game is their run. Ronald Jones, after a shaky start to the season with some fumbles and drop catches, is starting to truly embrace the running back one tag that he has. And we're looking at the huge run play against the Panthers this weekend as our play of the week. To see what makes us so successful, let's run the film. To give some context here, this starting position is created by a great punt and save from the Panthers special team unit to put the ball on the Tampa Bay 2-yard line. We're in the third quarter, 7:53 on the clock, and it's 1st and 10. Typically, we see a team run in this scenario. You don't want to throw the ball here because it involves Brady dropping back to the end zone for a few seconds. You'd much rather take a couple of runs, hope for a first down, and then if you have to throw on third, then you can, with a little bit more space to play with. In order to set up the run, Tampa Bay have packed their line with as many guys as they can to hold the Panthers' defense. I counted 2 centers, 3 tight ends, 2 tackles, and a guard in this line. To give you the breakdown from left to right, we've got tight end Cameron Brate, offensive tackle Donovan Smith, center Ryan Jensen, center AQ Shipley, offensive guard Alex Kappa, offensive tackle Tristan Wirfs, tight end Anthony Auclair, and tight end Gronk. The Bucs are going to run a counter, which means both the quarterback and the running back will motion one way, in this case to the strong side, before the running back takes the ball and runs to the weak. His job is to get across to the weak side and then find a gap to hit. The first thing you're going to see is the pre-snap motion from the weak to the strong side from Chris Godwin. It tells Brady the Panthers are playing man coverage because Godwin is followed by his matchup, but more importantly, it clears a player out of the zone that the Bucs want to run into. The job of the O-line is to create this gap, and we're going to see them do that as this play starts. Cameron Brate is going to keep the rushing linebacker out of the way, and Donovan Smith is going to use his leverage on number 97 here to keep him outside. The other important guy here is AQ Shipley, who's going to see number 93 jump to his right, thinking that the Bucs are running a sweep around the strong side. This is exactly what Shipley wants, as he holds his man in this position, and we're going to see a gap open up between Shipley and Donovan Smith. The free man is center Ryan Jensen, who's now not needed in this line because the matchups have all been covered, so he'll push forward and block basically anyone that notices the gap that's been created and tries to close it. This happens to be 31, who Jensen sees and promptly stops, creating a path for Ronald Jones to go through almost untouched and take it all the way to the house. This is one of the reasons I love counter plays. The change of direction shows a tiny bit of doubt in the defensive backs and linebackers, and that's all you need to create a gap and huge opportunities. This is such an intelligent play from so many angles. The pre-snap motion clears out the intended target zone for the running back. The guys on the offensive line on the strong side block hard as though they're protecting for the sweep, and the guys on the weak side hold their respective rushes in the opposite angle to create the separation between these two individual groups in the O-line. The sheer number of people they have on the line, 8 for the Bucs versus 6 for the Panthers, gives them that extra man that can then block upfield for the runner to have more time to hit the gap. And as we saw, he definitely makes the most of it. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Back to the Board. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next episode next week.